Hey there. I know it's been a while and that there's a lot to catch up on, but before we get into any of that, I think we should address the elephant in the room, which is the fact that I now live in Sydney. Alright, so let's quickly catch up on everything that's happened since I've last seen you. Basically, I finished off my last year of university, that year being quite a stressful one, a lot of exams, a lot of figuring out what I want to do with my life, a lot of uncertainty about where I'd end up, and a lot of job applications. But clearly things worked out and I'm now living here in Sydney, which I absolutely love. I also had an incredible final ski season in New Zealand. A lot happened during that. I landed my first ever backflip, which was amazing to say I've done, but I don't think I'm going to attempt again in the future. Very scary. Welcome back to the vlog. What's been happening this year? Honestly, yeah. Goodness gracious. It's been a year since the whole crew's been back here with the skis. Stay ready. Look at you. Up the wires.
Well, I'm immobilized. I get to have a carer.
Oh.
Who wants to be the lucky selective? You get to wipe my ass.
Basically, to wrap up the year, I had my graduation, spent a lot of quality time with my friends and family, and then packed up my life in Dunedin and crossed the ditch. It's been about 10 months since I've moved here, and a lot has definitely changed, but it's all really exciting stuff, and I wanted to spend a little bit more time talking about that. So let's get into that.
Hello everyone,
Alright, so when I first moved here at the start of the year, I practically knew no one. And coming from a small place like Dunedin, moving to a city like Sydney was a massive change. In the first 3 months, and even until now I guess, I had a lot of moments where I felt really homesick, where I was missing the comforts of home and just the company of really close friends and family as well. But despite that, I tried my best to embrace the change because I knew this is what I wanted to do and I wanted to challenge myself with. Throughout that, something that has surprisingly helped me a lot in terms of finding my footing here has been running. Now, I know if you follow me on Instagram, you're probably sick of hearing about this, but for those of you who don't, let me give you a quick TLDR. I ended up joining a run club and I got to meet some incredible people who actually eventually ended up twisting my arm to do a half marathon, which I completed back in May, and eventually a full marathon, which I did here in Sydney back in September, which was an incredible journey, and I got to learn a lot about myself, and it taught me a lot about resilience and perseverance, which surprisingly has been something that has helped me a lot in terms of settling down here in Sydney in a new stage of my life as well. Now, some other notable events of this year would be the fact that I went back home for a little bit, a week and a half or 2 weeks, to see Katie. It was her birthday, and I got to see my family as well, and got to do some skiing with some friends. Not the same as previous years where I got to do multiple ski trips, but still good regardless. I've also had the chance to see some really cool places and venture out of the city. So I got to see places like Hunter Valley, Jervis Bay, and I even flew down to Melbourne for a week as well. Finally though, this year, I'd say one of the biggest things that has happened is that I am now officially 25, which to me feels crazy because I feel like a few years ago, if I were to think about myself at 25, I thought I'd have everything figured out. But surprise, I don't. But that is sort of a good segue into me talking about why I'm back to making videos, because truthfully, this is something I've been wanting to do this entire year, but when life got really turbulent with a lot of changes and things like that, unfortunately, video making was one of the first things to go. And another thing that really held me up was the fact that I really struggled with figuring out what my niche was with my channel, and I think this actually held me back a wee bit in terms of making the consistent videos and trying not to overthink the process. But something I've come to realize now with my fully developed frontal lobe is the fact that I actually just love documenting my life for me, because I get to go back on these moments and I get to see and capture them in like a little time capsule-esque type thing. So going forward, I want to do more of that. I want to capture what's going on in my life at the moment, what this change has been like, and what it's like navigating my quarter-life crisis, as you'd say, here in Sydney. And so if that's something that you're excited for, let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking around if you have, and I'm really excited for this next chapter. But I think that's about everything. I think we're well caught up. Pretty good TLDR of my past 2 years, basically. I hope you haven't missed me too much. If you have, I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm not sure what the posting schedule is going to be exactly, but we'll figure that out as we go. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.
Truth is such a vibe.